So the Muslim Brotherhood is a transnational Islamist organisation founded in 1928. It's the world's oldest and most influential modern Islamic political and social movement, and its primary focus is to implement Sharia law across the world. And here are some of its leaders talking about what their intentions are in the West.
700 years of our trial to conquer Europe by force failed. They did something wrong, very wrong. They tried for many years to conquer Europe through wars, only wars.
This is the soft Islamic conquest of the West. Basically, what the Islamic and again, I'm an Orthodox Muslim. What we couldn't do in the last, say, 20 years, now the West is doing it for us for free and even paying for it.
Allah permitted them to live off the infidel while they are subduing them. So it had sort of a parasitic type of attitude where they can live off of the host country, where their goal is to eventually eradicate the host culture and supplant it with Islam.
So are they being successful? Well, here's Tower Hamlets Council. And here's Bradford, where we have Naz Shah, the MP for Bradford West, and the vile cow who said the G-gang victims should shut their mouth for the sake of diversity, who was elected, by the way, off the back of wards like Manningham, where the Muslim population is 77%.
Embrace democracy, take advantage of the democratic process and use your vote to progress the movement, the revolution that is about to happen, and the revolution will start in Bradford West on the 4th of July. Inshallah.
Today in Bradford, not only have we taken Little Horton, Great Horton, Manningham, Heaton, City Ward, and Collar. I'm going to tell you something here. This is a clear message to Starmer. Bradford has rejected Labour. It's rejected Zionism.
And here's the Pakistani mayor of London saying yet again, just today, that London is the safest city in the world.
In case you forgot, London is one of the safest global cities in the world.
And literally 4 hours after he posted that video, we got reports that 4 people had been stabbed in Covent Gardens. So yeah, I think you can say the Muslim Brotherhood has been successful so far. But the public is wide awake now, and I think it's only a matter of time personally, until the Islamization of Britain is stopped and then reversed. I mean, we simply cannot live with some of these people. Like, some of them don't even know you're not meant to touch a woman without their permission in this country. A lesson this moron had to learn the hard way. Yeah, I don't think he'll be doing that again. Mind you, I wouldn't be surprised. Of course, there are other ways women can protect themselves in modern Britain.
Good morning, London. Waking up to a beautiful morning here in the city. Today's forecast, a high of 18 degrees. Humidity is low and there's a very light breeze. More importantly, the sun is shining. It's clear skies and great vibes all week. Get outside, get on your hot girl walk. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, and like I said before, people are absolutely wide awake now. All we want for Britain is the bare minimum any nation should expect from its leaders.
We've been sentimental enough in putting the principles first, the 5 principles, pretty non-negotiable as far as we're concerned, that not even asking for that much, asking for the bare minimum, particularly as it relates to reversing mass migration and demographic security. I mean, what is the point in the right involving itself in politics at all if all we're going to do is twiddle our thumbs for the next few decades as and while we're overrun demographically beyond saving? I think it's deeply dishonorable, and it dishonors our ancestors and endangers our descendants if in the time we have left demographically all we try to do is improve the terms of our own preemptive surrender, which is effectively what Reform is in favour of doing in its current condition, whereas we at Restore Britain are on record saying that we want to ensure demographic security for the native peoples of the British Isles. That isn't even a big ask in my view. That is the bare minimum.
I mean, the fact that our political class has put so-called minorities ahead of its own native people for so long is obviously an absolute disgrace. And it's not even factually correct. These people are not minorities at all.
It's really important that we break this fake narrative that anyone of black or Asian ethnic background is a minority here in Great Britain. It's simply not true. If we look at the numbers, there are 1.5 billion Indians in India. There are 1.4 billion Chinese in China. There are 260 million Pakistanis in Pakistan, and there are 243 million Nigerians in Nigeria. But when we look at Great Britain, in terms of the indigenous people, the English, the Welsh, the Scottish, and also we can include the Northern Irish, those with ancestry in the British Isles, there are only 50 million of us. And so India has 30 times more people than we have. China has 28 times more people than we have. And then Nigeria and Pakistan each have around 5 times more people than we have. And so the idea that they come here and are suddenly a minority is a ludicrous claim.
Yes, indeed, it certainly is ludicrous. They have their own countries they can go to at any time. This is our home, and we have every right to want to keep it native British and want people like these deported immediately.
I live in hotel here, hotel. Don't call police, please.
The police have already been called.
Give me one chance, please.
Have you got residency in the UK?
No.
No?
No.
So are you an illegal immigrant?
No, I'm a migrant. I'm migrant.
They'll be deported back? Yeah.
Please, sir, give me one chance. Just
No,
one chance.
you had one chance and you've blown it.
No, please, give me one chance. Just one chance.
There's no please about it.
Give me one chance, sir, please.
No.
Please,
That's
sir.
not up to me. That's up to the judge.
No.
It's up to the judge.
Please give me one chance, sir. Give me one chance.
No.
No chance.
Not now. You've just told us you're staying in the hotel.
Just so you know.
So what's really going on here, huh? What's really going on here, huh? Yep. Shit, I know idiot shit, man. Huh? This look like Sully and Jason in them scenes.
Islam, when it entered different areas and nations, it Islamized the cultures. Islamized language, Islamized cultures, Islamized thinking patterns of those people. The leader in any country, what will he change? The economic systems are there, the political, it will take time. So I don't think the change will happen on ground and at the top level as well.